If you think bipolar disorder is just about wild mood swings, you're not alone. But it's much more than that. Many people have heard the term bipolar tossed around in casual conversation, sometimes even as a way to describe someone who seems moody or unpredictable. But the reality of living with bipolar disorder is far more complex, and it's important to understand what this condition truly involves. Bipolar disorder is a serious mental health condition that affects millions of people worldwide, cutting across age, gender, and background. It's not just about feeling happy one moment and sad the next. It's about experiencing intense emotional states that can disrupt every aspect of daily life, from relationships and work to sleep and self-esteem. Recognizing the early warning signs can make a huge difference in getting the right help and support. So let's take a closer look at what bipolar disorder really is, and how you can spot the clues before things get out of hand. Today, let's bust some myths and break it down together. There's a lot of misinformation out there about bipolar disorder, and it's easy to get confused by what you see in movies or read online. Some people think it's just about being moody, while others believe it's rare or only affects certain types of people. The truth is, bipolar disorder is more common than you might think, and it can affect anyone, regardless of their background or lifestyle. By understanding the facts, we can help reduce stigma, support those who are struggling, and encourage more open conversations about mental health. So, whether you're worried about yourself, a friend, or a family member, you're in the right place to learn more. First, a big myth. Bipolar disorder isn't just normal ups and downs. We all have days when we feel on top of the world, and other days when we feel low or stressed. That's part of being human. But bipolar disorder is different. The mood changes are much more extreme, and they can last for days, weeks, or even longer. These shifts aren't just reactions to life's events. They can happen out of the blue, with no clear reason. For someone with bipolar disorder, these mood episodes can feel overwhelming and out of control, making it hard to keep up with daily responsibilities or maintain healthy relationships. It's not about being dramatic or seeking attention. It's a real medical condition that needs understanding and care. We all have good and bad days, but bipolar involves extreme mood changes that can seriously affect daily life. Imagine waking up one morning feeling like you can conquer the world. Your mind is racing with ideas, you barely need any sleep, and you're bursting with energy. Then, just as suddenly, you might crash into a deep depression, where even getting out of bed feels impossible. These aren't just mood swings, they're powerful episodes that can disrupt work, school, friendships, and even your sense of self. The highs, known as mania or hypomania, can make you feel invincible. But they can also lead to risky decisions and strained relationships. The lows or depressive episodes can sap your motivation and make it hard to see a way forward. It's this cycle of extremes that sets bipolar disorder apart from everyday ups and downs. There are two main types, bipolar I and bipolar II. Understanding the difference between these types is key to recognizing the warning signs and getting the right treatment. Bipolar I is defined by the presence of at least one manic episode, which may be severe enough to require hospitalization. These manic episodes are often dramatic and unmistakable, but they can also be dangerous if left untreated. Bipolar II, on the other hand, involves episodes of hypomania, a milder form of mania, along with periods of major depression. People with bipolar II may not experience the full-blown mania of bipolar I, but the depressive episodes can be just as debilitating, if not more so. There's also a third type, called cyclothymic disorder, which involves frequent mood swings that are less severe but still disruptive. No matter the type, bipolar disorder is a lifelong condition that requires ongoing management and support. Bipolar Y is known for manic episodes. Think super high energy, little need for sleep, racing thoughts, feeling invincible, or making risky decisions, like spending sprees or impulsive travel. During a manic episode, someone might suddenly decide to book an expensive vacation, max out their credit cards on shopping, or start multiple new projects at once. They might talk faster than usual, jump from topic to topic, and seem unusually confident or even grandiose. Sleep becomes almost unnecessary, and they may go days with little or no rest, yet still feel energized. While this burst of activity can seem exciting or even productive at first, it often spirals out of control, leading to problems at work, conflicts with loved ones, or even encounters with the law. In some cases, mania can include psychotic symptoms, such as hallucinations or delusions, making it even more important to seek help right away. Mania can last a week or more and often needs hospital care. When someone is in the grip of a manic episode, they may lose touch with reality, become agitated or aggressive, or put themselves in dangerous situations. Hospitalization is sometimes necessary to keep the person safe and provide intensive treatment. Family members and friends may feel helpless or frightened, unsure of how to help or what to expect. It's important to remember that mania is a medical emergency, not a character flaw or a sign of weakness. With the right care, most people recover from manic episodes and can return to their normal routines. But early intervention is key. Bipolar 2 has hypomania, similar to mania but milder. Hypomania can be tricky to spot because it often feels good at first. You might notice a boost in energy, creativity, or confidence. Tasks that once felt overwhelming suddenly seem easy, and you may find yourself taking on new challenges or socializing more than usual. Friends and family might even compliment you on your positive attitude or productivity. But beneath the surface, hypomania can still cause problems. You might become easily distracted, make impulsive decisions, or take risks you wouldn't normally consider. And because hypomania doesn't usually cause a complete break from reality, it can go unnoticed or be mistaken for just having a good week. However, these episodes are often followed by periods of deep depression, which can be much harder to manage. You might feel extra productive, sociable, or confident, but still able to function. In fact, some people with bipolar 2 report that hypomanic episodes are their favorite times. They feel unstoppable, creative, and full of life. But this heightened state can be deceptive. The increased energy and confidence can lead to overcommitting, neglecting responsibilities, or burning out. Relationships can suffer if you become irritable or impatient, and your judgment may be impaired without you even realizing it. It's important to recognize that hypomania is still a symptom of bipolar disorder, and it needs to be managed just as carefully as the depressive episodes. These episodes are often followed by deep depression, which can be harder to spot than the highs. Depression in bipolar disorder isn't just feeling sad or down. It's a profound sense of hopelessness, emptiness, or despair that can make everyday tasks feel impossible. You might lose interest in things you used to enjoy, struggle to concentrate, or feel exhausted all the time. Some people experience changes in appetite or sleep patterns, withdrawing from friends and family, or even having thoughts of self-harm. Because the depressive episodes can last for weeks or months, they often have a bigger impact on daily life than the manic or hypomanic phases. It's not uncommon for people with bipolar disorder to be misdiagnosed with depression, especially if their hypomanic episodes are mild or go unnoticed. That's why it's so important to look at the whole picture and consider the possibility of bipolar disorder if you notice these patterns. Both types can include rapid cycling, fast mood swings between highs and lows. Rapid cycling means having 4 or more mood episodes in a year, but some people experience even more frequent shifts, sometimes within the same week or even day. This can be incredibly confusing and exhausting, both for the person experiencing it and for those around them. Rapid cycling can make it harder to find the right treatment, and it often requires a combination of medication and therapy to manage. If you notice that your moods are changing quickly and unpredictably, it's important to talk to a mental health professional who can help you figure out what's going on. Early warning signs: trouble sleeping, unusual irritability, big changes in energy or behavior. You might notice that you're staying up later than usual, feeling restless or unable to relax, or snapping at people over small things. Other early signs can include talking more than usual, feeling unusually confident or powerful, or becoming obsessed with new ideas or projects. On the flip side, you might start to withdraw from friends and family, lose interest in activities you once enjoyed, or struggle to get out of bed in the morning. Physical symptoms like changes in appetite, headaches, or unexplained aches and pains can also be clues that something isn't right. Paying attention to these early warning signs can help you catch a mood episode before it gets out of control, making it easier to get the support you need. The good news: with mood stabilizers, therapy, self-care, and support, people with bipolar can lead stable, fulfilling lives. Treatment for bipolar disorder has come a long way in recent years, and there are more options than ever before. Mood stabilizers like lithium, anticonvulsants, and certain antipsychotic medications can help keep mood swings in check, while therapy provides a safe space to explore your feelings, develop coping skills, and build a support network. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, family-focused therapy, and psychoeducation are all effective approaches for managing bipolar disorder. Self-care is also crucial. Getting enough sleep, eating well, exercising regularly, and avoiding drugs and alcohol can all make a big difference. Many people find it helpful to keep a mood journal, track their symptoms, and develop a crisis plan in case things start to spiral. With the right combination of treatment and support, it's possible to manage bipolar disorder and live a rich, meaningful life. If you or someone you know has these symptoms, reaching out early can make all the difference. The sooner you get help, the easier it is to manage symptoms and prevent episodes from getting worse. Don't wait until things reach a crisis point. Talk to your doctor, reach out to a mental health professional, or confide in a trusted friend or family member. If you're worried about someone else, let them know you care and encourage them to seek help. It can be scary to start the conversation, but you might be the lifeline they need. Remember, asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness, and there's no shame in taking care of your mental health. You're not alone, and help is here. Living with bipolar disorder can feel isolating at times, but there's a whole community of people who understand what you're going through. Support groups, online forums, and mental health organizations offer connection, advice, and hope. Whether you're newly diagnosed or have been living with bipolar disorder for years, remember that recovery is possible. With the right treatment, support, and self-care, you can manage your symptoms, build strong relationships, and pursue your goals. Don't give up. There's always hope, and help is just a phone call or conversation away. If you're struggling, reach out today. Your mental health matters, and you deserve support, understanding, and a brighter future.